Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Zenless Zone Zero video. Today we're going to talk about Silver Star S.Anby, or S.Anby, right? So we're going to dive into a couple of things. Obviously, she's a very unique character. I actually have been playing her for a little bit and so far, I have been loving her. Alright, so I think a lot of people are still contemplating whether or not they want to pull for her, because right now, I think the question here is she worth pulling, right? In my humble opinion, yes. I think she's actually really strong. And if you are a free-to-play player, her best teammate right here is going to be Pulchra, and I'm going to explain why later, right? But she's also right there available. Pulchra you can obtain for free. Alright, if you guys are not aware, you can obtain one copy of Pulchra for free in this particular event right here, right? You can see. You can't get it yet as far as I know. You're gonna get one copy of Pulchra for free later on when you finish the event. You have her best teammate, which is a stunner that boosts her, and then she's very damage focused, which I'm a big fan of, right? So I think she's a very different concept compared to a lot of other attack character, because like for example Harumasa, you have to sort of stun the enemy first, ideally, but for her you can sort of just mash through. And I like her concept as a whole, alright? She's not like a conventional attacker where you have to rely on stunning the enemies first and then go all in. She is someone that can be constantly on the field, which I do personally like. So let's talk about a couple of things. Before that, we're going to jump into how to use her efficiently, because that's probably going to be the most important case. Alright, so let's talk about her concept then. She's all about applying this thing called the silver star mark on the enemy. So every time you hit the enemy, so you can see there's that silver circle looking thing on the enemy, right? You can basically spot it right there. So you got to fill up that particular bar. Alright, so if you can go in through full rotation, you can see now I already fill 1/3 of the bar. So what you want to do ideally, very good for her, very easy to do if you're playing on a PC. You hit twice using the mouse, 1, 2, and then the second one you just hold on to your mouse, and then you can see she's going to finish the full rotation. So you hit once, 2, and then you just hold the mouse until she finishes the rotation. So that's a trick that you can basically use, right? So take advantage of that. Very cool overall. I like that. Very easy to use in that case, right? You don't have to like mash the left click button and destroy your mouse. So now you can see once this is fully filled, it's light up, right? So once it's light up with a silver star, now you can spam your E skill 3 times. Alright, you're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Alright, so finish up that combo. And then you're gonna go in again, and then do the same thing. Okay, and then, you know, hold the mouse button. And then you're gonna repeat this, rinse and repeat. Very easy combo to do. Once you see this, you spam 1, 2, 3. Alright, that is a lot of damage, alright? So if you did not see right there, I did manage to screenshot the damage. Like, look at that. We are literally getting a 39,000. Okay, so for something that's so quick, if you're trying to fill up anomaly, for example with Jane Doe, you're trying to fill up the anomaly bar, it takes way longer. The anomaly bar is this thing right here. But with S.Anby, you just get this so quickly, and you are going to do 3 in rapid successions every single time. Very easy rotation, right? And then you just rinse and repeat per se, and then when you have ultimate, you can basically do that as well. So one thing to take note also is if you combine that 3 dash forward, you have 1 thunder that shoots down at the end. 1, 2, 3. That thunder that shoots down at the end, that particular one is going to be the additional damage that you can take advantage of, right, from the skill. Alright, her Q skill, also very simple, very straightforward. It's gonna give you a damage as well. And also it fills up the star mark to full as well. Alright, again, she's a very simple, very straightforward character, which is why I highly recommend, if you can afford to, or if you're new, consider pulling her. Very good overall. Every single one of our dash, that E skill, is going to be our aftershock attack. Alright, so as you can see, she's all about aftershock. S.Anby's damage against enemies with silver star mark increased by 25%, right? You gotta max this if you can. And then this is where it gets super fun. After an enemy is marked with silver star, the crit damage received from aftershock attacks is further increased by 30% of Soldier Zero S.Anby's crit damage. So that means it's not only going to boost your S.Anby's damage, but any other team member who is going to apply aftershock will do more damage. Alright, that is where Pulchra comes in, because Pulchra is also going to be able to do aftershock damage. Now for those of you who are not aware, Pulchra has this skill right here, which is going to be similar to, it's going to tie into her core passive, right? She is going to enter these Hunter gates, and when she activates this special attack, you can see if any other active character in the squad hits an enemy, Pulchra will basically come out and do attack up to 5 additional times, and that particular thing is considered an aftershock attack. It's going to boost Pulchra's damage right here. And I tested it with and without. You can actually feel almost like, I would say about 1.4 times to 1.5 times more damage actually with S.Anby in the team, which is kind of insane actually, right? I haven't fully built my Pulchra yet, but so far based on my testing, even then 1.4x is like quite a lot, right? If I fully max her out, I think the scaling is going to increase even more. Now if you care about just damage at one go, S.Anby Pulchra, very good team, right? And then you can put like a third one like a Lucy and stuff. We'll talk about the teams shortly, but like I mentioned, she's a very simple character to use. Ideally for skill priority, you want to prioritize her main basic attack and then her special attack and then followed by the chain attack, right? So these three are going to be usually these two first, basic attack and the special attack. I guess the chain attack is the second priority, and then this one you can put them at 4 or 7. Alright, that's going to be like a good stopping point, but ideally you want to get the basic core skill to max if possible, right? I can't farm this living drive, so I have to wait next week for the weekly boss to reset. So one thing to note is S.Anby, and you can see right here, if you have another stun or support character, she's gonna have a crit rate increase by 10%. And apparently this one doesn't, you don't really get this in battle. So which is very confusing. I think they should probably include this in the battle. As far as I know, when I enter battle with a stun support or without a stun support, my crit rate seems to remain the same. So maybe it's a bug for now. So if you don't see it, just know that it could be a bug, right? When Soldier Zero S.Anby is the active character, all squad members aftershock damage to enemies with silver star mark increased by 25%. As you can see, not only does aftershock damage increase 25%, we also get the crit damage for the aftershock if you crit also increase, which makes S.Anby basically like a core character. If in the future, let's say they release more aftershock characters, I think S.Anby is going to be the main character. I can see this in the foreseeable future. If maybe S.Anby ever falls off a little bit in the meta, like in the super future meta, they release a broken character with aftershock, S.Anby will be a sort of like a semi DPS or sub DPS for that main DPS. Does it make sense? Just like how Yanagi is like right now, her role is to assist Miyabi, alright? So I can foresee that could be a thing, that S.Anby, because she basically boosts aftershock here, if they have like another Void Hunter that can do aftershock, S.Anby is gonna team up with that particular Void Hunter. So maybe that's the plan that Hoyoverse have. I remember when first Yanagi came out, you used her as a main DPS. Afterwards, when Miyabi came out, you use Yanagi and Miyabi together, right? So maybe something along those lines could be in the plans. So that's just my prediction looking at how things goes. But right now, she is the main DPS, and holy, she is really strong. Like I mentioned, she's not as strong as Miyabi, right? At least I don't feel that, but I think she's really close. Alright, if I can compare all the characters that we have right now, I think she's as strong as Evelyn. So I would say Miyabi is still top tier, and S.Anby and Evelyn is going to be like very close behind. She feels way stronger than Zuyan, way stronger than Ellen Jo. Okay, we don't talk about Ellen Jo, right? But she feels way stronger than those two. As someone that uses Evelyn, I feel like she struggles a little bit if there's too many enemies on the map, because Evelyn has that grouping ability, whereas S.Anby doesn't, right? So that's going to be something to keep in mind. So I feel like that's the differentiating factor. If you're fighting a single boss, I think S.Anby is superior in that case. So in terms of the best disk drives, alright, we talk about this particular one first. What is going to be the best one right now? So ideally, I recommend this particular one, alright, the new set right here, the 4-piece of Shadow Harmony. Now this one is pretty good. The damage of aftershocks and dash attacks increased by 15%, and of course, 4-piece here, you can see it's very long essay. But you're gonna get, basically if you stack this attack and crit rate 4 times, and then 4 times 3, so you get 12% of this, right? This is going to be pretty cool. Ideally, you go 4-piece of that, and then you go 2-piece of either the Thunder Metal, which is 2-piece of electric damage increase, or you can go 2-piece of Woodpecker Electro, which is the one that gives crit rate plus 8%. That could work as well. Or you could go 2-piece of this particular one, which is the Branch and Blade, which gives crit damage %. Alright, depending on which one you have, right? I happen to have this very good Thunder Metal right here with electric damage bonus, with crit damage plus 2 and crit rate plus 1. So I figured, you know, why not just give it to her? This was previously, I was planning to give it to Harumasa if I ever build him, but end up not building him. Or if you want, you can also go Astral Voice for the attack %, 10%, right? So whichever that you have the better substats of. Now for the disc, of course, slot 4, you either go to crit rate percent or crit damage percent. I'm leaning towards crit damage percent if you go with this one, because like I said, here you're gonna get 12% crit rate percent in the battle, and also she has one more 10% increase for the crit rate percent right here, so you're gonna get 24% crit rate additionally, right? So that's quite a lot of crit rate percent that you're gonna get in battle. Take that into calculation. Alright, so this is going to be crit damage piece. I feel like it's going to be better in most cases. As for this one, obviously electric damage bonus is the best, but if you can't get this, attack percent is a close one, and for 6 slot, obviously go with attack percent, right? Actually, for the slot 5, you could probably get away with penetration ratio as well, right? So penetration, consider that as well. Attack percent, penetration ratio, or electric damage bonus, whichever that you have better substats of. Now in terms of weapon, as you can see, I managed to get lucky with the weapon, which is quite a surprise. But here's the thing, if you don't have the weapon, there are a few other options. The best free-to-play option, okay, is going to be Starlight Engine, believe it or not. So yeah, this weapon is actually the best free-to-play weapon. We recently got Marcato Desire from the recent event. That one is going to be a decent one as well. However, that one might not be the best one for S.Anby, just because it has a very unique condition where the target is under attribute anomaly. The effect is increased by a certain percentage, right? So the attack you can get, but the attribute anomaly is a little bit weird for S.Anby. So Starlight Engine, you're probably going to have 100% uptime. Now if you want to go with S.W Engine, actually besides her current one, the Heartstring Nocturne, that is going to be Evelyn's one. It's going to be pretty good, alright, that particular W engine if you have that. Or also you could go for Zanshin Herb Case, which is Harumasa's signature W engine. If you have Harumasa's signature W engine, that is also going to be pretty good. But if not, this is probably going to be the best free-to-play option for a lot of players out there. Now let's talk about her team. Surprisingly, she is pretty flexible, which is why I'm a big fan of. If you want to, you could go with something like S.Anby, together with S.Anby and Nicole, you can do something like this. Alright, this is going to be a decent team. But ideally, of course, if you get Pulchra, again, Pulchra is going to be free. That is going to be a way better option. Pulchra is just made to be in the same team for her. So this is going to be something that I would lean towards. Alright, we got Soldier Zero S.Anby, we got Pulchra, and then we got Nicole. So Nicole is going to be able to decrease the enemy's defense. Now, if you have Astra Yao and you want to put them together, that is going to be the premium team right there. Obviously, Astra Yao or Caesar could fit in the last slot. I would say both are going to be pretty good, right? Astra Yao is just perfect with every single team. You can also take out Astra Yao and put Caesar as well. Now, if you happen to have Rina, she's going to be a pretty good option as well. Alright, I would say this is going to be a decent one as well. But my personal favorite is not going to be this particular one. I think this one is okay, right? You got S.Anby, Pulchra, and then Rina. So you can basically use the Bamboo that improves 2 electric damage, right? But I personally prefer Lucy. Alright, so Lucy is actually really good because Lucy is going to be one of the few buffers in the game or supporters in the game that buffs everyone, right? Rather than something like Sokaku that just buffs the current attacker on the field. I actually like Lucy right here because Pulchra can also act as a sub DPS, so she can also do decent damage, right? So ideally with Lucy right there, she buffs the entire team. S.Anby is going to do the main damage, Pulchra helps her with the complementary damage, and then you use Lucy. Now Pulchra and Lucy both belong in the same faction, which is Sons of Calydon, right? So you have these two, and then you can bring the Bamboo Red Mochas. I highly recommend you guys to get that Bamboo. That's probably going to be one of the best Bamboo. I think this is by far the best free-to-play team right now, and I'm actually glad that we have that option. If you don't want to use Pulchra, you can absolutely use Qingyi as well, alright? But I think with Qingyi, then you might want to swap it around and see if you can use a different Bamboo. I think I like Red Mochas a lot. I actually think because S.Anby lacks a little bit of grouping ability, and Red Mochas can basically grab one enemy and push them towards you, right? I actually like that ability compared to the electric Bamboo. That could be an option if you put Qingyi right here. But yeah, in the future, if you get Trigger, probably Trigger is going to be in this slot as the stunner. But as of now, it seems like this team is pretty strong, right? I've been using it for a little bit and it felt really strong. So yeah, that is going to be it pretty much for this particular video. Let me know what you guys think of S.Anby. I actually think Silver Star S.Anby is actually really strong. Been having a blast with her. she's a very good free-to-play character, definitely. I personally would be skipping for Trigger for now, and I'll definitely wait for Vivian for the next version. That's going to be my plan, because currently I'm a bit broke, right? But if you want to stack PT in this particular current banner, I think it's not that bad of a proposition, right? Hopefully get more Pulchra copies. If you can get her up to M6, she's actually pretty decent, right? She's pretty good. I'll definitely make a Pulchra guide separately once I have her completed. I need to build her first, right? Building characters, a little bit expensive, you get what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's going to be it for this particular video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like if you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Yeah, and any things that you want to ask, feel free to do so in the comment section. As per usual, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.